What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another live of the Yankees Den podcast. I am your host, Lorenzo Scarabino, and it is just me tonight. Jimmy had work, so he's at work right now, so he's not going to be joining us tonight. But I am here. I will always be here for you guys. And I just want to point out that I will be going on vacation tomorrow, but I'll be going on vacation for about a week, a little more than a week. I will make sure that I go live for you guys. It might be late ones, but I will be going live. I will be bringing my computer. I might not have my mic or my headphones. I'll be using my AirPods. So hopefully the audio is still pretty decent and the camera is still pretty decent. But I will still make sure I go live for you guys and get content up while I am away. I will still be watching the Yankee games. Of course, I will not miss it. But I want to jump in to the recap for tonight and the other topics because this is a terrible loss by your New York Yankees. They are hitting their rough stretch, and it's not a fact of is the June swoon gonna come? It hasn't come yet in June, but is it gonna be here? No, it's here. The Yankees have lost 6 of their last 9 games played. They are getting trampled right now. It's catching up to them. The injuries are catching up. They need guys to get healthy, and they need guys to get healthy quick. It's not been good, right? These 2 games, the Red Sox suck. They're a terrible team. They're discombobulated, and they're walking all over the New York Yankees. The Yankees almost got no hit tonight. That's how bad the offense was. So let's jump into the recap, and then we'll get into our notes. We have Will Warren going 5 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 0 strikeouts. Will Warren doesn't record one single strikeout against this Red Sox offense, which is putrid. The Red Sox score first in the first with 2 outs. Wilson Contreras has an RBI single, which makes the Red Sox lead 1-0 in the first. The Red Sox rookie that they brought up tonight, I don't know what his name is, Chen or something like that. He gets a run on a fielder's choice with the bases loaded and nobody out. 2-0 Red Sox in the second inning. The Yankees then have an out in the inning, runners on first and third. The Sox are set up. A ball gets hit to Paul Goldschmidt at first base as he's drawn in. The corners are drawn in. He throws it to second base. Volpe's covering, and Volpe goes back to first. But what should have been another double play, the third double play that should have been this series, was not turned because Volpe's arm is just not strong enough, and it's not made for shortstop. It really isn't. 3-0 Sox after the second. The Red Sox then score again with a Wilson Contreras home run, which makes it 4-0 Sox in the third. Nothing going on for the Yankees. The Yankees, as I mentioned, almost get no hit. They don't get a hit till the sixth inning. So there's really nothing to talk about there. But before the Yankees get their hit, Wilson Contreras then starts a little something, a little bit of a bickering match. He starts in the fifth inning. Will Warren obviously doesn't have it tonight. He's not trying to hit you, but for some reason, Wilson Contreras thinks he's a tough guy and always tries to fight people. He always tries to start fights, and he's always looking for something. He's always looking for trouble. So he fights and then he backs up and he stops talking when Judge and Stanton come out. He's an idiot. I don't like Wilson Contreras. I thought the Yankees actually should have got Wilson Contreras because he's a good offensive player, but he's just an idiot. He's always looking for a fight for no reason. He would get trampled in a brawl with the New York Yankees. They would stomp all over him and the Boston Red Sox. But I just had to point that out because it annoyed me that he thought that Will Warren was trying to hit him when Will Warren hasn't had it the last few starts, and he obviously didn't have it tonight. He got no strikeouts. The Yankees then get their first hit on a Spencer Jones. Who other than Spencer Jones, who you sit versus lefties? He plays his first game in the majors against a lefty, I'm pretty sure. And What do you know? He gets our first hit. He gets us on the board with the first hit of the night, single in the sixth. Jones then in the bottom half misplays a ball. It was a little knuckler at him. It did take a weird route. I mean, it was straight at him and then it tailed a little bit to the left, but he's got to come up with that ball because then it's a double. The guy gets the second on a ground ball or gets the third on a ground ball with one out, and Wong then gets that home on a sac fly, making it 5-0 Red Sox in the sixth. Wells then gets an RBI for the Yankees. He finally does something situational. 5-1 Red Sox in the eighth. Yerry De Los Santos comes in with a guy on. He allows an RBI single from Wong in the bottom half of the eighth, making it 6-1. The Yankees do no more, and they lose this one by a score of 6-1. The Rays actually win tonight. So, if I'm not mistaken, let me look this up real quick. The Yankees are just one game up of the Tampa Bay Rays. They are just one game up, and they have to keep on winning because the Rays are catching up, and they're going to come for them. They're right there. And our first comment is it's cooked, man. Right now, they have to get healthy. It's looking like it. They're struggling. Their offense is struggling. And the one thing that needs to happen when the offense is struggling is your pitching needs to be good. And the pitching has struggled. I know we have one of the better ERAs, starting pitchers' ERAs in the majors, but man, it has struggled. And we've been struggling for a little bit now. And obviously, the injuries don't help that whatsoever. It's unfortunate. We have to get healthy. But let's dive in a little bit to Will Warren's start. Now, I don't know about you guys, but he looked terrible tonight and has looked terrible for the last few starts. He had no control. He's nibbling. He's not getting any strikeout pitches. He's staying over the heart of the plate, and it's just not a great performance overall. Not what you want. And we have another comment. Thank you. Everything at once is sliding. Terrible timing from M. Fiorello. Everything at once is sliding. Terrible timing. Yes, it is terrible timing, but hopefully Grisham's back soon. Then hopefully, I know Stanton's was doing some light running, so hopefully he's back soon. Judge Aaron Boone said that they don't think with the place that Judge's in right now that they're going to even go get imaging again, re-imaging. So that's not a great sign. That means he's just healing. It's going to take some time. I don't expect him back till August, mid-August, maybe late August. Make him recover and get healthy, but we have to wait till August 3rd for the trade deadline, and that trade deadline cannot come any sooner with guys like Volpe and Wells playing for your team every day. But getting back to Will Warren, not a great performance, right? Does he get traded? And do you trust him to get back to what he was doing in the beginning of the year? Now, I said, Jimmy and I both said we don't trust him. And I said this in our group chats me and Jimmy have with other baseball friends. I don't even trust Will Warren, and I never did, even when he was pitching good. Every start, I was nervous going into that game, and I didn't trust him. I would move him at the deadline. I really would. If you can, move him. I think now, when Fried comes back, the debate is put Warren to the pen and keep Weathers in the rotation. But to be honest, I don't even think the pen could save Warren. I just wouldn't want to see him start games and pitch 5 innings because he has legitimately looked very bad. And I don't trust him. And in the playoffs, I don't trust him either. And that's a bad thing. You gotta have to trust these guys. And he's developed nice, right? He has developed very good from last year. But I still don't think that he is a starter I would want on the Yankees roster come postseason time. I don't trust him in the rotation. I don't trust him in the bullpen. Yes, he's made good strides, but I just don't trust him. Even when he was going good, like I said, I still didn't trust him. I had a hard time trusting him. Now, do you guys think he gets traded? And we're actually going to bring up a name that I have been watching pitch. I watched him last year coming off of Tommy John. We'll get into that player at the end. That'll be our last topic we talk about. But I think Will Warren could be a possible package with some other players for Sandy Alcantara, and we'll talk about him. If you can't get Skubal, maybe Alcantara is another good bet. He's a good pitcher. He's familiar with pitching deep into games. He's familiar with closing game, like going the whole way, pitching 8-9 innings. So I just wanted to bring that name up. He could be someone to keep an eye on. Every deadline so far for the past few years, it seems like we've had our eye on him, and there's been some trade talks, and we always talk to the Marlins. So that's someone to keep an eye on. We have another. Wouldn't be surprised if Judge missed the year. Me neither. Me either. And I said this. And also, even if he's back this year, which God, I hope so, because the Yankees do need him. If he's comes back, right, and he's fine, he's getting older. I think this is going to be a reoccurring issue for until his contract is over. As much as it's sad to say, I think we've seen Judge had a great prime. He is a great baseball player, and he still will be. But at the level that we've seen in recent years where he peaked, maybe not. And with this injury, if it's reoccurring and it comes back every year and he has to miss games and he has to miss a month or two because of this every single year, we might, you know, who knows what happens. You have to, this is why you have to build teams not centered around one player, because if he goes down, then you're out of luck, right? I hope that doesn't happen, but I think Judge's best years are behind him. Hopefully, I still think he's an incredible player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crapping on Judge whatsoever. Great player, one of the best right-handed hitting, non-steroid users, or just not even just right-handed. One of the straight best hitters, pure hitters, non-steroid in baseball history, I think. And his numbers show it. But he's getting older. This injury, it could be a lingering one. So he might be hindered a little bit every season. We just have to make sure every season we get to the playoffs, and when we do, that Judge is healthy, because he's still our captain and we still need to see him on the field, because without him on the field, it shakes up everything. We see the outfield alignment, what it looks like right now. It gets shaken up when a guy like Judge goes down. And who knows, and this is the bad thing, is because with the lockout coming after this season, if you have no baseball next season, then Judge is another year older without having played. Now, hopefully he could rest and honestly be fully healthy and not have a lingering issue. Hopefully that happens now, even if there's a season next year. But he's another year older than when we would play again. I really hope that the lockout and we have baseball next year. I think if anything, we'll have a shortened season like COVID. I think it'll be a 60-game season. But you gotta try and get past this. I mean, the stuff that's been thrown out by MLB executives is actually ridiculous. 5-year max deals, 6 years if you're retaining a player, 240 million, something in that area, max contract. That's terrible. No players accepting that. None of the players, and this is why we're not going to have a season. No one on the player's side is going to agree to that. They want to get paid. They don't want to get paid minimal. You're not going to have guys like Judge or Soto, or I should say Soto or Ohtani getting paid, or Tucker $60 million if that happens. Or you know what you're going to have? You're going to have guys getting paid like you see in the NBA sometimes. You're going to have a guy getting paid for 2 years, $60 million, because they could only get up to $240 million max on a contract. It's going to be really bad. It's going to get ugly really fast. But getting sidetracked away from Warren and the title, Will Warren's nightmare continues. I mean, he's been bad, guys. When I say bad, like his stuff is flat. He's not even getting strikeouts. Do you guys trust him? Do you trust him? Even say he returns to form. Let's play a hypothetical game. He returns to form that was at the beginning of the year, and he's decent, right? He's a good 4-5. Do you trust him in a close game in October against, say, the Toronto Blue Jays sneak in because of the bad AL? Say the Rays, we have to play the Rays. Say we have to play a team like the Athletics or the Mariners or the White Sox or the Twins or the Tigers, whoever's gets in, because this AO is very weak. So it's anyone's game. Do you trust Will Warren to get the job done? And the reason why, in every show, with Jimmy, without Jimmy, I always bring up these players and I always put them in a place and ask you guys the question, what would they do in October? How would it be in October? Is the best defensive team better in October, or is the best offensive team in October? The reason why I say this is because when you're analyzing your team, when do you have to win? You win in October. Yes, you have to get through the regular season so you get to October, and you want to be in first place so you get your home most of the games, right? In a series, you have home field advantage. But you have to look ahead. Every game in the regular season, you have to look at who's going to contribute and who's not going to contribute and be a factor in October. That's when you have to win. That's when guys have to step up. If they're not stepping up in the regular season, how are they going to step up in the postseason? That's how I look at it. I don't know if you guys look at it the same way, but when I analyze the New York Yankees, I look at it, can this guy perform in the playoffs? Like Ken Bellinger. Bellinger's clutch. He could perform I trust him in the playoffs. Ben Rice, he's been performing. I trust him in the playoffs. Judge, he had a good playoff last year. He hasn't been good overall in the playoffs, but I trust him. He's my captain. Stanton, I trust. Wells, absolutely not. Volpe, no. McMahon, he showed a little trust, but I got to see more from him. This is what it shows. Will Warren, absolutely not. He did nothing in the playoffs, and he got sent to the bullpen, and he did nothing. He was a mop-up guy in the playoffs. So, yeah, and a comment, Warren stinks from N. Fiorello. Yeah, I mean, I agree. He does stink, and I hate it because he seems like a good dude, but you have to look at who's going to help you win. And I really don't think Will Warren is going to help the New York Yankees win. I really don't. But getting on a little bit away from Warren, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're watching this now, if you watch it after it goes up, let me know your thoughts on Will Warren. Now, getting into our next segment, we have the offense stays cold against Boston, and the defense does not look great. Jones misplays a knuckler at him, like I mentioned. Volpe's arm is terrible. Wells, he didn't even play tonight good, but I'm just bringing up the defense overall during the first two games. Jones, Volpe, Wells, Rosario. We saw Rosario DHing tonight, right? Things need and they must change. Volpe's arm is terrible. And I actually saw a tweet and a stat. And this is what I saw. Volpe's better against left-handers. Jazz is worse against left-handers. And their numbers are significantly better against their opposing side. Volpe's numbers are significantly better than Jazz's against lefties. Jazz's are significantly better against righties than Volpe's. Volpe is a true second baseman. Why not platoon them? Why do you platoon everybody, but you don't platoon Jazz? Or you don't platoon Volpe? Why does that happen? I don't understand that. They get a pass, especially those two. They haven't proven anything. How are they getting a pass? Jazz and Volpe should be platooned, and Caballero needs. I don't know how many times I have to say this. How is it Cabby earned that starting spot when Volpe was coming back from injury? They sent Volpe back to the minors after his rehab. Caballero gets hurt for 10 days. Volpe comes up, has a short sample size. It hits 250 or 200, honestly, because Cabby came back. He was hitting like 217, back to where he was, 220, back to where his numbers always are. And he's still the starting shortstop. And we were promised that Caballero was going to have that spot. It's ridiculous at this point that we have to keep watching him. And another comment, feel like the recent Yankee teams can't ever beat the Sox. I mean, listen, the Yankees, and they have to do it in October, and this is why they never make it to October, because you just said they can't beat the Sox. They can never beat a team that they need to when they need to, or when they need to. They can't beat AL East teams when they need to. They can't beat teams that they have a rivalry with, like the Red Sox or the Mets. We get shellacked by the Mets. Watch, we're going to play the Mets. We play them a little bit down the road. We're going to get shellacked by them, even though they're atrocious. They just fired their not general manager, their manager, Carlos Mendoza. It was not his fault. David Stearns constructed a terrible roster. But, to your point, yes, it seems like they can never beat the Red Sox, and the Red Sox always get the last laugh, no matter how good or how bad they are. Yes, we did beat them in the playoffs, thankfully. So we have that. But in the regular season, these games matter too, because like we saw last year, the Yankees and Blue Jays were tied at the top of the AL East, and the AL for a fact. And the Blue Jays got in over them in home field advantage because they had the better in-season record against them. So that's why this matters. And against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are right on your tail, you're losing in the season series to them. The next series you play against them, you have to win the series. You can't lose that series, because if you do, and Tampa has home field advantage over you and the better record, and you're tied going into the tied in the regular season, and that happens again, and you go into the playoffs and they have home field advantage, that's not ideal. So the Yankees have to start showing some grit, and they have this year. They're different. I like their team. We couldn't have thought that it would have been stupid for us fans to think that the Yankees were going to stay hot with guys like Grisham, Judge, Stanton, Fried, all injured. We would have been stupid to say that they were going to stay hot. These cold stretches are going to happen. It's bound to happen. It sucks that we have guys out. And when we have guys out, we need guys to step up. Now, Cody Bellinger hasn't done anything this month. Ben Rice was benched tonight. He hasn't done anything this month. He's hit 240 this month. And when you don't have, and they can't step up all the time. And when you don't have them stepping up, it's the next person in line. You need other guys to step up, who are supposed to step up, who think that they should honestly play more and play with a lollipop in their mouth to step up. And you know who I'm talking about. That's Volpe. That goes for Jazz. That goes for Austin Wells. When you don't have these guys carrying you, right? And these guys are injured, and Bellinger and Rice picked up the slack for a little bit. Now that they're on a cold streak, you need these other guys that are supposed to be stars like a Jazz to pick up the lineup. They need to be next in line. And they're just not doing it. They are not getting it done. And it's really annoying to see. It pisses me off. It really does. But let's get into some of our comments. We have same shit, different season. Yes. It's what it is. I like to have hope and believe every season that the Yankees will do it. I love the Yankees. I'm a diehard fan, but you have to realize sometimes what's going on. It happens every season. It does. And then you go into the playoffs and you just hope that they do it. And this season, the reason why I think that the Yankees are going to make the World Series, which is a bold prediction, this season reminds me a lot of the 2024 season. The AL sucked, and they got him because of a weak AL. The only difference I see with this team is, and I'm going to say this, is if they get a catcher and they address the bullpen at the deadline and guys are healthy, right? I think this team wins the AL and could hang with a team in the World Series. 2024, we couldn't hang with the Dodgers. After that, well, we could, but after that game one loss, we couldn't hang. There was no coming back. We were mentally defeated. We went down 3-0 and had to try and crawl back from a 3-0 deficit. I think this team is different in that sense, but it's really ridiculous at this point. And then we have Donnie Clark 99. Thanks for the comment. Warren is not going anywhere unless it's part of a Skubal or Joe Ryan trade. Yes. And he follows up by going, I would put Warren in a Joe Ryan and Jeffers trade. Me too. I said that to Jimmy. I would try and package those two together. Kill two birds with one stone. Your rotation is elite. You get Joe Ryan, you get Skubal. Your rotation is elite. Joe Ryan's an elite pitcher. You would have Schlittler, Cole, or you would have Schlittler, Fried, Cole, Joe Ryan, Rodon, then Weathers in the pen. Yeah, absolutely, I would do that. And Jeffers obviously fixes the catcher situation. Now, Sal Fiorello, 5415, thank you for the comment. He said, what is Judge's timeline? I'm actually not too sure. I think we're looking at the best possible case is early August. That's the best case because Boone said tonight that he said that Judge is doing fine. He was asked if there was re-imaging. He said with how Judge is right now, they don't feel like re-imaging is what they need. You know, how he's healing right now, re-imaging is not, they're not going to get re-imaging done. So that tells me it might still be lingering or just healing slowly. He's, taking it easy. I think late August is when we see him. I really do. I hope it's sooner. But Donnie Clark 99 says Judge doesn't have a timeline. And he follows up, I'm thinking September for Judge. Yeah. I said early or late August. Yeah, early September. Something along those lines. I think that's when he will come back. This injury is one that, like I said, could linger, and you hope he doesn't start ramping up. And this goes back to one of the comments that said Judge might be out for the year. If he starts ramping up and this is a thing that's lingering and it starts bothering him again, he's going to be out for the year. And you hope that's not the case. You really hope that that is not the case, because that would not be good at all. And you do not want that happening. But if it does, then you can't give up on the deadline. Judge, or what did Cashman do at the 2023 deadline? Judge got hurt and he gave up. Completely gave up to Jack at the deadline, and we didn't even make the playoffs, right? We were 82-80. You can't do that with this team. This team is deeper. Yes, Judge would be a huge blow, but as the GM, that's why you have to get Jeffers, you have to get bullpen, and you have to get another hitter, a solid hitter. Because if this is going to happen to Judge, or you're going to need Judge to take DH days, which would knock Goldschmidt or Stanton both out of the lineup. You're going to need another guy to hit to fill those shoes, whether it's in the outfield or Rosario is going to go play the outfield and you need someone else in the infield, whatever the case may be. That's what you have to do. And that's why Cashman, excuse me, that's why Cashman had to get another hitter besides Bellinger. Great lockup. But we all said he didn't do anything else. He should have done something else. There were other hitters on the market he could have went out and grabbed. Also, Randall Grichuk. I don't think he should have been let go. He plays the outfield very well, and he was starting to hit. And now he's hitting really good for the White Sox. Although it's different, granted, playing for the White Sox and Yankees, the pressure. But at least Grichuk could play the outfield, and that was his natural position. Now we're sticking guys like Caballero out into the outfield. We have to throw guys like Schumann into the outfield. Or we're going to have to throw guys like Rosario. So that's poor by Cashman. Now, Donnie Clark 99 says, if Jordan was available, what a lineup that would be even without Judge. You add Jordan to this Yankee lineup would be great. Yes, 100% if you added Jordan Alvarez, the AL MVP favorite right now. If you added him in the lineup with Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger, Giancarlo Stanton, Trent Grisham's hitting, Caballero, Jeffers, McMahon, yes, your lineup becomes really good. Now, if you have Judge, I wouldn't even say if Jordan was available, then if Judge is back, don't get him. You absolutely go get him. You would have a lineup of Grisham, Judge, Rice, Jordan, Stanton, Bellinger, Caballero, Jeffers, McMahon. That's an insane lineup. And you know how feared that lineup would be. You have Jordan, Judge, Ben Rice, Bellinger, Stanton, all back to back. I mean, that's what you're talking about when you talk about the Yankees that used to be great. The 90s Yankees. The one that three-peated. These are the teams they put together. And what happened? George Steinbrenner, may he rest in peace, got every big name on the market. What is House Steinbrenner doing? He's not. He cares about pocketing money, making money from the fans, selling chicken buckets and putting it in his pocket. And he's like, we're going to stay at a 300 million threshold every time. We're going to build out a quality team. We're going to go to the playoffs, but then we're just going to lose. But I'm making money, so I'm fine with it. I don't know how he's not pissed off. George Steinbrenner, his father, went and got the best players available, no matter the price, and he got them. That's what we're seeing the Dodgers do right now. And look at what they're winning World Series after World Series. Now, granted, down the road, because of all this deferred money BS, they're going to be cooked down the road. But the Dodgers aren't worried about down the road. They're worried about right now. And they're winning. And if they win World Series after World Series, they're making more money. They're profiting. They're making more money off of this. And they want to win right now. And that's what the Yankees' mindset should be. And even more so with the lockout. Use the lockout as an excuse. You have the lockout. You don't know if there's going to be a season. Go all in for it. And go to the damn World Series and win it. The Yankees haven't won one since 2009. What are you waiting for? Nobody cares about just going to the playoffs. You're the New York Yankees. You have hype to live up to. We have Jimmy shaking just hearing McMahon's name. Yeah, right? I love McMahon. Yeah, we know how Jimmy feels about McMahon, Rosario after last night. Ridiculous. As Donnie Clark says, that would be a World Series lineup. Yes, it would. It obviously would because Jordan is insane. The Dodgers can't beat that lineup. No, they can't. And they signed Kyle Tucker. Everybody thought, oh, they're insane. They have no flaws. The Dodgers have a lot of flaws, actually. And Kyle Tucker's a flaw. Kyle Tucker is not a $60 million a year player. He's been very bad. Now we have another comment from M. Fiorello. Shopping at Goodwill. LOL. Yes. Basically, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. You see these big names thrown out, and the Yankees are like, let me get this guy for he's cheaper. Maybe he could be sneaky, and we could just get a steal. We think we're smarter than everybody, so we're just gonna get the cheaper player, and he's gonna be better, and we're gonna go to the World Series. Can't do that when you're the New York Yankees. Donnie Clark, 99. Thanks for another comment. He says, I was in basic training in 2009 when the Yankees won the series. I mean, listen, I was 2 years old. So, I mean, listen, I didn't even watch it, right? Obviously. Have I watched clips and highlights, the series, try to grasp what it felt like? Yeah. I'm a diehard fan now. I would love a World Series, and I'm just as passionate as those fans were. And I want it so bad. I'm talking like I'm on the team. I'm talking like I want it more than some of these guys on the team, like Jazz, like Wells, like Volpe. They have to want it. You being 2 in 2009 is wild to hear. I'm a 2007 baby. Yeah, it's crazy. Listen, I wish I was alive to witness the World Series. I hope I witness one at least, hopefully multiple, but hopefully at least one. I mean, I might fall down to my knees and cry if they win the World Series. But listen, let's hope that they get there, because right now I can't with this team doing this stupid stuff like Volpe and Wells. Even when they're winning in on the hot streak, we were saying it. Volpe and Wells are a big issue, and you get astronomically better just by moving them. I don't know how we can see it, and the Yankees front office doesn't see it. They think they're too smart. Do they not care about winning? Donnie Clark with the comment says, we have to get the lollipop gang going. Let's see. Jazz might not be a Yankee next year. I don't think there's any shot he's a New York Yankee next year. I really don't see it. I don't see Jazz Chisholm being a New York Yankee. What I see is, and I think that the Yankees pointed out to you a little bit what's going to happen, is Volpe, they said when he's not playing shortstop, but he's been playing every day, so it's BS. But Volpe, I think, might move to second if they don't trade him, and Cabby's or Lombard's going to be the shortstop. I think they should just, because you know who's on a 1-year deal that we've been talking about, me and Jimmy, trade rumors? Luis Arise. So I really think that the Yankees should go out and get him. But what do I know? I think that's the guy that they should go and get. He could play second. Lombard could play shortstop. Then you have your third base situation. You have Ben Rice at first. You get a catcher. If you get Jeffers, get him and extend him. But these are the moves you need to make when you're trying to win World Series. Donnie Clark says Lombard Jr. is coming. Yes, he's coming. He's coming quick. But that would be quicker if Wells didn't slow him down throwing a ball and getting his hand jumped or jammed. So thanks to him. But we're going to get into our next topic, brought to you by our sponsor of today's video and live, Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. Their number is 609-698-0204. I will include it in the description. I will remember after this live goes up, I will include them after the description. Great painting service, great people to work with. If you need painting done, give them a call. They're great. Again, it's Richards Painting in New Jersey. You could go on Instagram, search up, no space, Richards Painting, Barnegat, New Jersey. and give them a follow and look at all the great work that they do. But going on to our next thing is the Yankees have lost two straight to the Boston Red Sox. They have to win the next two to even the series. But for me, it's already a loss. To me, it's already a loss that they have to try and tie the series. If they lose the series, I will be furious. And if they get swept, it would be atrocious. It would be very bad. But they have to at least tie the series. And I'm not even happy about that because this is a real bad, terrible Red Sox team. And it's just not acceptable against these teams. You have to win against these teams. The fact that you're losing against a team like the Red Sox at the state that they're in is bad. I'm looking something up real quick. I'm trying to get some baseball savant that I'm going to bring up for our next topic on Sandy Alcantara for you guys. Let's see. So I think, and I said that I think Sandy will be a great guy to invest in and trade for. He's had he's had the he's pitched in the 8th inning. He's pitched in the 9th inning. He's pitched complete games and he's elite. He's had Tommy John last year, right? He came back, he wasn't so great. And Sandy this year, he's been better. Still was not great, but I think he could use a little bit of a change of scenery, and I still think he's a really good pitcher. He throws hard. He's got good stuff. He's got that sinker the Yankees like. So I really think that that should be someone the Yankees go and target. Now I'm gonna bring up his savant, but another comment from Donnie Clark 99. Thank you. Yankees going to split the series. I hope so. I hope you're right, Donnie. I really do. Because if they don't, that would be atrocious. And I want to ask, do you guys think even if they split the series that that's fine? Would you obviously we would take a split. You think that's fine? In my opinion, I that's bad because of the state of this Red Sox team. And he follows up, the Sox have nothing to lose. That's why they're playing hard. Yeah. I mean, even though they have nothing to lose, they play trash and crappy against every other team but against the Yankees. For the rivalry, they'll get up and play hard. And when you give them the ammunition and give them the confidence that they can hang with you, they're going to play hard. And it's very bad on the Yankees' part. Very poor. Donnie Clark says Sandy will cost a lot. I do think he will cost a lot, but he's been talked about for a little bit. He was talked about last trade deadline. And I just think this is a move that you should make if you can't get a Skubal, if you can't get a Joe Ryan. These are a few names: Skubal, Joe Ryan, Sandy. Don't go get these bottom feeder pitchers. Go get the big guys, the big guns. He says Cashman isn't trading for Sandy. Listen, who knows? He's always talked about, we got to see. And as it gets closer to the deadline, we'll start seeing names a lot more. And I hate that it does this. I have to fix this 2 box just for me and Jimmy for when Jimmy's not here. Let me fully bring this up for you guys though. Let's look at Sandy's baseball savant page. Sandy has a 4.01 ERA this year. Better than last year, right? 2023, before the year before the injury. Got injured, 24. 25 came back, looked horrible. This year he's looked a little better. He got off to a good start, but he's been bad as of late. His expected ERA is 3.8. Not great, but not terrible. Let's go to his splits. So we see versus lefties, versus right-handed. Why does it not have any ERA for us? That's weird. But Let's go by month. June, he's actually having a good month. April, he had a good month. May, he got banged up a little bit. But listen, not everyone's going to be perfect that you trade for. And I think he's a change of scenery guy. So I think that, hey, oh, I'm home from work. Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? How are you, kid? How was work? I hope work was good. Another pathetic showing by the Yankees. Yep, Jimmy, it was terrible. And Donnie Clark says Joe Ryan and Jeffers before Sandy coming to the Yanks. Yeah, I mean, probably have a better shot, but I'm just throwing up names that the Yankees should inquire about. Sandy's a really solid pitcher, and I think that's someone that should be looked at. Now we have Jimmy coming in. He said, "Here, Jimmy, I'm adding you to the show right now. I want to hear your rant. Everyone, we are getting a Jimmy rant tonight. Let's go. All right, Jimmy, join the show, please, and we will pop. Well, I'll pop you up." But Jimmy says war needs to be deep. Oh, this is gonna be good, folks. Jimmy's gonna give us a good one. I feel a crash out coming. Let me get us in here. Let me see when he joins. What he thinks about Sandy as well. But yeah, I mean, Schoolboy's price might be too steep, and he hasn't pitched great. Now, hopefully, he steps up before the deadline. But if he does not, do you guys still want him pitching for the New York Yankees, or the Yankees going out and getting him? I saw a tweet today that someone thinks that the Yankees are aggressively gonna actually pursue Terry Schoolboy and try and get him, try hard for him. I don't know if I want that because of his. I don't want him rushing back from an injury and getting injured if we trade all these players for him, because that could happen. If he doesn't get it under control and he still looks bad and all over the place and is giving up a lot of runs, then I don't know if I would make that trade. What I would do, and what Donnie Clark has mentioned, is I would trade for Joe Ryan and Ryan Jeffers. We're always talking to the Minnesota Twins, so I would 100% do that. I would go all out, get them, right? Then you're astronomically better already. You go get bullpen. You go scrap Volpe, put him on the bench, put him in AAA, send him out, DFA him. Cabby needs to be your shortstop. McMahon's your third baseman. Jazz is just going to have to do at shortstop. Then guys start filling in, they get healthy. And now you're going to see this team explode. When they get healthy, regardless, this team, I think, is going to explode. They're going to get Grisham back. They're going to get Judge back. They're going to get Stanton all in the lineup. It's all going to happen at once, hopefully. God willing, nothing else happens. Hopefully, that's what we're seeing. Now, Jimmy, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy. I sent him the invite. Let me see. Let me send him again. Maybe he didn't get it. Because I want to hear what he says. Let me see. He popped in, and then he says a couple things, and then tell him to add him in. Oh, here he is, folks. Jimmy.
Nope, another loss.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead. I was ranting about Will Warren and the Yankees loss and
I mean,
stuff. Let's hear
now
what
the
you got.
division lead is now down to one game. I mean, this is just ridiculous at this point. Wait, I'm just looking at the box score right now for the White Sox and Royals. The White Sox won 22-1.
Yup. They absolutely murdered them, Jimmy. It was a slaughter
What
fest.
the hell? I didn't even watch 1 minute of the game because I knew this was gonna be a loss. They're horrible.
Oh
Will
boy.
Warren is horrible. I mean, they're not even competitive this series.
Seems like it always happens against Boston, Jimmy.
But why? This team's in last place, and Contreras is such. I really can't say it live on the air, but he is
He's an
such a
idiot.
loser.
Hmm.
I am so tired of him. I am so tired of Will Warren. It would be best if they just DFA him. How was Ahmed at third tonight?
He was great.
Whatever. I
Listen,
mean,
I
they
can't
get. I
wait till
mean this.
McMahon's
I mean
back.
this team has 3 fucking hits tonight. 3 hits. Peyton Tolley or whatever his name is. Gem pitched to Gem. Why? Why are we not talking about starting pitching as a need? This team has holes, and they're gonna get smoked tomorrow too. I bet.
I hope
Jake,
not. I don't even
is
know
it
who's pitching
Jake?
tomorrow. They have Jake Bennett. It's not
Jake
good.
Bennett? Like who is that?
He's not good.
Neither is this Yankees offense. And I saw there's an Aaron Judge update.
Yes, Jimmy. There is an Aaron
I was
Judge
so
update.
busy at work. I didn't even feel like watching because I knew they're just gonna lose.
Well, listen, they didn't. They didn't. It was a terrible game. Such a bad game, Jimmy. Sal goes, Jimmy in the building. Sal was actually asking for you, Jimmy. He wants to hear what you have to say about Warren. He wants to hear your rant
No,
about
you're
Will
not getting
Warren.
around because he's just such an awful pitcher. This guy should be nowhere near on the October roster, even if the Yankees get there.
All right, Jimmy, are you pulling up the Judge like specific injury report?
Yeah,
Okay. While you pull that up, I haven't done this yet, but we're gonna
yeah.
do it while you pull this up. We're gonna do our segment of Yankee in the Den. And it is brought to you by Richards Painting in Barnegat. Again, I'm going to say our sponsors, Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. Their number is 609-698-0204. I will put them in the description below. You can find them on Instagram at Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. No spaces, no caps, just like that. Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. And for our Yankee in the Den, try and guess. We have a player who's currently playing. He bats right handed. He is in the AL. And
I know it.
he's played for, well, he didn't play for the Cubs. He was in the Cubs minor leagues, got traded to the Yankees, was good for the Yankees for a little bit. Now he is currently on Detroit. Who is this player? Guess, Jimmy. I know you know probably, but in the comments, let me know your guesses. Who do you think this is? He didn't play in the majors for the Cubs, but he was a part of a deal with the Yankees. Got sent over to the Yankees. All right, we already have one comment. We won't reveal it or spoil it till a little bit. I
Wait
already
a
see.
minute. For the Yankees and the Red
We
Sox?
have Torres and we have Glaber. Okay, we have two comments for Glaber. No, Jimmy. He was in the Cubs minor leagues. Then he got traded to the Yankees, and now he's currently playing for Detroit. If
It's not Glaber.
what?
It's not Torres.
Why do you say that? All right, listen, if you hopefully when I ask that
Wait
question,
a
if you're
minute.
watching this later, hold on. If you're watching this later after this goes up, pause the video and answer that question before. I should have said that before.
Is it really Glaber? He didn't play
Everyone's
for
saying
the Red
Glaber. Yes,
Sox.
it's a Glaber Torres. Who
Yeah,
are you
but it
saying?
has to be someone from the Yankees and the Red Sox. Mine, whatever it's called, name that Yankee, whatever it's called. My name that Yankee would have been Alex Verdugo tonight.
They they had him yesterday. The Yankees, the Yes Network.
He was the name that Yankee.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I didn't do him as the Yankee in the Den. But Glaber, I'm not doing just like who are playing
I'm
in the
doing.
series. I was just
I know who that Yankee for. Well, if we do a show tomorrow,
Sal says, bro, I had a long shift.
it's real. Wow.
Jimmy, come on. That's crazy.
All
I
right,
thought
I'm pulling up the Judge injury update because I don't like the way this sounds. I think this season's on the fucking brink.
Uh, or Jimmy, I also brought up
Here,
Sandy Alcantara. Do you think that's a
no,
good name? No, okay.
no, he's a
All
bum.
right, guys, you heard it. Jimmy does not want him either.
Get Joe Ryan from
But
Gary
yes, I
Phillips
think that.
of the New York Daily News. Yankees injury
Oh,
updates via Boone. Wait, is it sharing?
yo, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Are we sharing? All right,
I
there
don't
we
know
go.
what's going on. Here you go.
Still taking things slow. He's coming up on 4 weeks. Doesn't sound like he'll be ready for imaging at that point. That's not good. Stanton is doing a little bit better. At this point, you won't see Stanton until October. Boone thinks Max Fried will face live hitters early next week, but that's not set in stone yet.
That would be good. Judge is still taking things slow. He's coming up on 4 weeks already. Wow. But it doesn't sound like he'll be ready for re-imaging. Yeah, that's what Boone was saying. That he's not ready
I
for
don't
that
like
yet.
that.
Neither do I, Jimmy. I really hope that he's not on the shelf for the rest of the
I
year
don't think he's
because
playing again this year.
really, someone in our comments said that as well. M. Fiorello said
Dude,
that.
I told you he's not coming back until either until when I move back into college for my senior year, or he's just not going to play because this is 4 weeks and now he's not ready for reimaging. What's going on here?
Well, didn't they say it was going to be like 4 to 6 weeks?
Yes, but I just want number 99 back in my field. I
Of
absolutely
course.
cannot. I I just I cannot just see this team is going to collapse. You're already seeing it. They've lost 6 of their last 9 games. They're horrible right now. There's no hope. There is zero hope for this
Jimmy,
team right
but
now.
a week ago you were saying this is the deepest team and best team since 2009.
Well, slumps happen, but you cannot be losing to this garbage Red Sox team because they're pathetic.
Rocky S says, not a true fan.
Like
uh,
the Yankees just
it's tough, Jimmy, right now, but
this
I'm
isn't a
staying with
good
them through thick
thing,
and thin.
and things aren't much better across town.
Well, we know that.
I mean, they fired Mendoza finally, but that's not the main issue. The issue is that idiot David Stearns. But I mean,
We talked
this
about that,
team
yeah. Listen, Jimmy,
this team does
it's
not.
rough right now, and the swoon is here, Jimmy. It's here. It's nothing about is it gonna come? Is it coming? Is it looming? Nah, it's here. I said that. Like you said, 9, 6 out of the last 9 games, right? Like that's
Yeah.
not good. And they've been cold. Their pitching hasn't
And here
stepped
come the
up.
Rays again.
And Jimmy, actually asked a question. What do you think? Let me get this brief before we hop into the series preview, right? Is do you think, and I think Will Warren should be traded, right? If you can't trade him, DFA him. But
They won't DFA
would
him.
would you keep Weathers in the rotation when Freed comes back and put Will Warren in the pen?
I'd be okay with that, but like I said, I think Weather's stuff is just best suited for the bullpen. But
Yeah, I agree, but I just
I'm
don't want to
just I'm
see
just
Will
fed up.
Warren.
Now there's a very good chance the Yankees lose this series against this garbage Red Sox team. They're garbage, the Red Sox. Now
They're
they look
very
good
bad.
against the Yankees. I mean, you just can't make it up.
They
It's
just
so
get up for these series.
it's so pathetic. And Cody Bellinger has just been ice cold as of late.
And Ben Rice.
Oh, Bellinger needs Judge to be good. Point proven. It's just, I mean, they're not going to sustain this. This is a problem. They have got to get somebody back. Grisham's needed. How did Jones get a hit tonight?
He got a hit against a lefty, against Tolley. He was the first hit of the night. We were getting no hit into the sixth. And Spencer Jones against the lefty, who they like to sit. But Jones actually misplayed a ball and it hit off his glove
Yep,
in center
I
field. So
did see that. Yep, of course.
Volpe couldn't turn another double play that costed another run.
Not shocker. I saw that. I saw on Twitter that Yarbrough and De Los Santos pitched again. I mean,
Gave up. Yeah, it's they're not any good. I mean, the bullpen we know is atrocious, Jimmy. But
this is just ridiculous, bro.
it's been a bad series. Hopefully they could even this series up and tie. I still think even if they do, I said Jimmy, I think it's a loss because of how bad this team is. But you got to try and keep winning and staying ahead of the Rays. And M. Fiorello with the comment, analytics are killing them. Yes, 100%. They're
Boone
playing.
is killing this
Yes,
team.
he
He's
is.
been killing this team for years.
He really is. And he follows up with another comment, put your best players out. That's it. Yep, but he doesn't like to hurt the feelings of Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells. You know, Anthony Volpe has to be the starting shortstop every day. He said that it was going to be day to day, and sometimes Cabby would get to start at shortstop. Cabby hasn't played shortstop really at all. Barely. And that's ridiculous that you took him out of his best defensive position. Rocky S says we should get Wandy Peralta back.
How's he been this year?
I don't know.
I don't care about his savant right now.
I liked Wandy Peralta.
He has a 1.82 ERA in
He's still solid. Wow.
34 appearances.
You know who I saw, Jimmy? Do you think the Yankees make a push and try and reunite with Luke Weaver?
I don't want him back.
Really? I loved Weave. Weave was my dog. 2024.
His
that
contract
postseason run.
Can we not trade anybody? Can we not trade with the Mets?
Would you want Devin Williams back?
No, God, no. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos. What the hell happened? Wouldn't be surprised if Carlos Mendoza's back with the Yankees though. I don't think he was the full on problem there.
He wasn't, Jimmy. It's
But
David Stearns.
I mean, these last 2 years have been not very good. Not very good.
Yeah, but it's not his fault. The construction on this roster. They got Polanco. They got rid of Pete Alonso. They got rid of McNeil or Nimmo McNeil. They brought in Robert, injury prone. Polanco getting older, injury prone.
Fraud.
Bo Bichette, who moved him out of position. I mean, they're very bad construction. But
and
listen, Jimmy.
That idiot, David Stearns, preaches run prevention.
With Mark Vientos at first base.
With Jorge Polanco at first place playing 10 games and go out on the show. And Lindor's defense is pathetic.
It's taking a hit,
pathetic. Yeah. They're pathetic. But, all right, well, Let's see. Series preview tomorrow, you said?
Yes, let's go into our series preview and then we'll wrap it
Unfortunately,
up.
the Yankees are playing tomorrow on ABC with Buster only on
Oh, they
the
are.
thing.
You think I'll
Um,
be able to catch that game? I should be able to catch that game
one
on
o'clock.
vacation. Oh, it's at 1? You might have to keep me updated, Jimmy. Hopefully, I can catch
I
that
work
game.
at 3 tomorrow because it's supposed to
Okay.
rain. I was supposed to work a double, but thank
Okay.
God I won't. Um, Tomorrow's pitching matchup. Well, first it's game 3 out of 4 of this brutal series. Um, it's a 1 p.m. game on ABC, nationally televised game. And Jake Bennett will be pitching for the Red Sox. 1-3, 3.71 ERA, 26 2/3 innings pitched. His last start against the Rockies, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 9 strikeouts. He'll be
Yeah.
making his 6th start tomorrow.
Rocky S says who? Exactly. I have no clue who this guy is. So
Yeah,
the
so
Yankees
he'll
just got to
just
show him.
he'll torch the Yankees tomorrow because everybody's slumping. It's so bad right now. And then Garrett Cole is making his 7th start tomorrow. 32 1/3 innings pitched. He's 2-2 with a 3.62 ERA. His last start was against Detroit, and it was just a shit show. 4 1/3, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. So Garrett Cole looking for a bounce back tomorrow because he did not look good that Detroit game. So
And listen, I want to see Caballero at shortstop for tomorrow, especially. I feel like every time Cole pitches, Volpe makes multiple errors and costs Cole a run, and Cole despises Volpe. I truly feel that Cole hates running out there looking at Volpe at shortstop. He costs him a run every single game he's at shortstop.
yep.
I'm just putting it out there. If he does it tomorrow, I'm calling. I called it. But listen, Jimmy, gotta attack early. Another lefty. Really gotta attack. They can't lose this series to this trashy team. I really have nothing else to say. I went on my rant. I said everything. Come out swinging tomorrow. Anything else from you, Jimmy?
Nope. Just win tomorrow.
Yep, just win tomorrow. All right, folks. That's going to do it for your host, Lorenzo, and your co host at the end of the show, Jimmy, who joins us late, gives his takes and thoughts on this terrible game 2 of 4. Game 3 tomorrow, 1 o'clock, ABC. Jake Bennett versus Garrett Cole in Boston. That's going to do it and wrap it up. Let's go, Yankees.